All right, I'm going to teach holographic breathing, and I'm going to talk about the holographic or fractile relationships in holographic breathing. And then we will carry on. That will all be in a guided meditation. There'll be a guided meditation. I'll teach holographic breathing at the beginning, and then we will work through different areas of the body to see how it reflects back and forwards and how it connects to the higher self and the earth. And we'll also drop into some kind of mass healing, because we're not doing a healing with one person, but let's see how that goes for everyone. So that seems like a pretty good evening. Learn holographic breathing, learn about the holography of holographic breathing, and have a mass healing. That should work pretty good. So I'm going to describe holographic breathing first, so the new people will have an idea of what we're doing. In holographic breathing, the lips are relaxed and closed, the tongue is on the roof of the mouth, the breath is through the nose, and on the in-breath, the jaw is relaxing open, and on the out-breath, the jaw is relaxing closed. And the jaw is opening and closing with the lips closed. It's all done with the lips closed and on the tongue on the roof mouth, and the movement of the jaw is small. It's just a few, kind of quarter of an inch, 3 or 4 millimeters, and it starts as an exercise, but after a little bit it just keys into the muscles of the breath and just becomes part of the breath. It's deeply, deeply relaxing. I don't know why they didn't find out about holographic breathing thousands of years ago, but they didn't. They waited for me to come along. I mean, that was a pretty long wait. I mean, those energies sitting around for thousands of years for me to be born. They're probably saying, where is he? I want to teach this to earthlings. Anyway, so you will learn that tonight, and deeply healing, deeply relaxing, evolutionary breathwork system. And why it got, I'm going to demonstrate it so new people can see it being demonstrated as well. So you can see that the lips don't open and close, and you can just see it's very gentle, relaxed breathing. So I'll just demonstrate it for a few breaths. And it just takes me into another world. As soon as I start it, I go into a kind of transcendental place straight away. I don't know how it affects other people. Well, I do know it's very relaxing for other people, but it just gets me there straight away. And it just became my normal breathing as soon as it started. So, which was kind of 23, 24 years ago now. So we'll be learning that. One of the reasons it got called holographic breathing was because as soon as it started the breathing motion through my face, my cranium, my brain, and my whole body. And I could see as the face was breathing, the mouth was very much like the abdomen, the sinuses and nasal passageways were like the heart and lungs, and the eyes were connecting to the brain and the central nervous system, or the nervous system, and I could see how the face was like a fractal of the whole body. It was like a unit that had the hara, the heart, the intellect, and all three running together to connect to the higher self. And I could see the same in the cranium. The hara is the more earth energies. The cranium, different areas of the cranium had a hara, heart, intellect, connection to the higher self. The brain had the same, the whole torso. You know, it was just this reflection over and over through the whole body. And in the advanced webinars, I teach a 6 different energy system that again is holograms, different parts of the body is the same matrix over and over. So it's like as a flower that everything reflects, it's or a fern uncurling, or anything with a holographic or fractile type structure. A holographic breathing is like that, and it opens up to that reflection in the higher self and in the divine realms, and that reflection in the earth, and that reflection in the universe. I didn't per se call it holographic breathing. I was just going through a list of different names, and it was mainly holographic this, holographic that, but it was also the one breath and this and that. And I said, and I was talking to a lady I went to for sessions, and I said holographic breathing. She said, "That's it. That's what it's called." So that's how it got called, holographic breathing. So we will work with that kind of different levels, and then I think we're just going to work with the energies. It won't be the same as what I was originally going to do, working with one person, and everybody lets that go through them, because often that goes into ancestry and different channels and things like that. When I work with a group, it's much more just the divine intelligence comes in. You know, there's connection to the earth and different levels of divine intelligence, but we will, you know, I will just pay a bit more attention to what is unfolding in the group, as you know, as I would do in a healing session, but just do it on a group level. And in an individual session, you know, I'd kind of get lots of clues where it was going to be going, because talk for the first half and you think, oh well, it's going to be that, it's going to be that. It doesn't mean that the session will go there, but it opens up a certain format. But there won't be that with this, you know. I'll just be going with the energies, but I've just been noticing different organs, different areas of the body, and it will be clearing on a group level. And holographic breathing is spiritual. I mean, there is a spiritual source or communication from a spiritual source. And when it first came through and I was doing it, I was thinking, my God, this was amazing. And I started putting it in different magazines and looking around for other people that were teaching it, and no one was. And I started finding out, well, I've brought this through for planet Earth because nobody else owned up for it. And I asked the channels, and I said, why me? And they said, oh, why me and why now? Why hasn't it been taught thousands of years ago? And they said, because it's evolutionary. Now is the time to start. And maybe I'd just done it in a past life, but that's what someone told me. about 6 months before, I was working on this kind of very healing work, on this very guru-y like person. And afterwards, he kind of looked at me and he kind of did this testing thing with his fingers. He said, "Oh, you're going to bring through a new healing system." And he said, "It's going to be worldwide. You're going to teach worldwide." And it wasn't really the internet then, so I thought, I'm not going to travel around the world. But webinars go around the world. And he said, "You've done it before. On a different planet," at which point I phased out a little bit, but maybe I taught or did, or maybe people breathed holographically in different realities, dimensions, planets, whatever. And I think it will take hold of the earth and catch fire. People who do holographic breathing, it is an activation, and people are just doing it in the background without realizing a lot of the time. It's just going on, and you know, I know several people. I tell this story often. I hope it's okay, but I think it's the only person. So I'm just going to tell your story. Wave if that's okay. Okay, good. I think it's the only way that it could actually be found out, because did it, learnt it, and then she just, or thought she had stopped doing it, and she went to a dentist to have or she was having some dental work, and they wanted to take x-rays and they put this thing in your mouth that you've got to bite on. And they kept saying to her, "Will you stop moving your jaw?" Because even though she didn't realize it, you know, her jaw was just gently moving away in the background. And once it starts, once the block is taken away, I think it's just going. You just learn to align the diaphragm with the jaw. So as the diaphragm's dropping, it pulls down through this whole central line to the hyoid bone, to the tongue, to the jaw. As the diaphragm drops, the jaw drops. As the diaphragm rises, the jaw rises. And I think our jaws have been fixed for some reason. And once we get it, once we get that movement, it just sits there gently in the background. At least that's what happened with me. And there's a very big difference between just doing it in the background through the day, which I think a lot of people are, and doing it kind of more consciously with your awareness fully on it. Those are two quite different things. But I think it will catch fire, and I think it will take over the earth. See, I'm going for global domination here. It's not going to stay small little best ever kept secret webinars forever. And I will be called God. If I'm here. No, I think it's just so natural that it will catch on and people will take it up and develop it in their own ways. And it's so good for so many things. It's so natural that I think it will just catch on at some point, and that will be it. It will be off. And all the people who've come to these original ones, they'll be able to say, "I went and worked with Martin when he only had 2 students." Or in this one, I went to work with Martin when he only had 21 students. So anyway, I'm going to describe it again. I'm going to demonstrate it again, and we will just see where this meditation takes us. But it will start off with me teaching people how to do holographic breathing. If you're new, it's best to sit up. It's not a random thing. It's not like I'll half do this and I'll half get holographic breathing. Unless you get all of the bits you're not doing holographic breathing, it's not working. So it's good to be seated because it's deeply relaxing, and if you don't get all of the different bits as I'm teaching it, it won't work. So for new people, good to be seated, and then once it's going, you can lie down if you wish then. All right, so I'll describe it again, then we'll just go into the meditation and healing. The lips are relaxed and closed. The tongue is on the roof mouth. It's the upper surface of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, as much as feels comfortable. The breath is through the nose. On the in-breath, the jaw is gently opening. On the out-breath, the jaw is gently closing. And I'll demonstrate it again just so you can see it's very subtle, very relaxing, very meditative. Okay, I love that. Because I can't do it when I'm talking, so as soon as I drop into it, there's this huge difference in awareness. So, closing your eyes. And for the people who know holographic breathing, gently dropping into holographic breathing. For those who don't, just breathing naturally and easily. And we're going to bring in some energies. Sending a smile. Sending some energy to the earth, and allowing the earth to say hello back. And notice what that feels like through your body and through your energies. And sending a smile, sending some energy to the higher self and beneficial energies. And allowing the higher self and beneficial energies to say hello back. Beneficial energies, any divine teachers, divine energies, divine beings or channels or anything you like to work with, as long as it is beneficial. And allowing the higher self and the beneficial energies to say hello back. Important to allow those energies to connect with you. And asking the earth, the higher self, and the beneficial energies to be with you through the whole webinar as your resource, as your healing, as your guide, as your helper and integrator. So you're self-resourced. And breathe. So we're going to start just with the procedure to bring in the holographic breathing. And there's several different levels to this. So first of all, having your lips relaxed and closed. And having the tongue on the roof of the mouth, the upper surface of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and as much as feels comfortable, maybe half an inch, a whole inch, your whole tongue whatever feels comfortable, no stress, not forcing anything. Lips relaxed and closed, tongue relaxed on the roof of the mouth. The breath is through the nose. And then just start bouncing the jaw up and down, just to get the experience that you can move your jaw and still keep your lips closed. It's just to get that experience, maybe a bit like chewing. When we eat, our jaw opens and closes, but the lips stay closed. So just getting the experience that you can move your jaw and keep your lips closed. And then in an up-down motion, just letting that slow down, slower openings and closings of the jaw. And then when you feel ready, as the jaw is gently opening, allowing the breath to come in through the nose. And as the jaw relaxes closed, allowing the breath to leave through the nose. Notice it feels like a little pump. As the jaw relaxes open, the breath comes in through the nose. As the jaw relaxes closed, the breath leaves through the nose. The lips stay closed. The tongue stays on the roof of the mouth. Jaw relaxes open. The breath comes in through the nose. The jaw relaxes closed. The breath leaves through the nose. Feels like a little pump that somehow the mouth is orchestrating the breath. And there's no force, there's no pressure. On the out-breath, the teeth are floating back towards each other, and they either just gently touch or stay slightly separate. So the jaw is opening, gently opening, the breath comes in through the nose, the teeth are separating, the jaw gently floats back, the teeth float back together, no pressure, they either just rest together or are slightly separate. Jaw opens, brings the breath in through the nose. The jaw closes, exhales the breath through the nose. Now we're going to change the gestalt. That should be going for the new people by now. And we're going to we've moved the breath with the jaw, now we're going to move the jaw with the breath, the other way round, being aware of the breath coming in through the nose and the jaw relaxes open with it. The breath comes out through the nose and the jaw relaxes closed. Breathing in, the jaw relaxes open. Breathing out, the jaw relaxes closed. Notice it comes to a more subtle level of awareness. Everything gets a lot lighter, a lot more meditative. You feel energies traveling through your body, through your brain, through your spine. You may feel channels. But as soon as the jaw is very physical, connecting more to a physical thing, the nose and the sinuses are more like the fluids and energies of the body. It gets much subtle and more meditative. Breathing in, the jaw relaxes open. Breathing out, the jaw relaxes closed. And we're going to integrate it through the body. The in-breath, the lungs, the chest is opening. The jaw relaxes open with it. Breathing out, the chest closes, the jaw relaxes, closed with it. Breathing in, the chest opening, the jaw opening. Breathing out, the chest is closing, the jaw is closing. And dropping down into the abdomen. Breathing in, the abdomen is opening, the jaw is relaxing open. Breathing out, the abdomen is closing, the jaw is closing. Notice how you can just get a really easy, subtle breath through your whole torso without any effort. Torso opening, the jaw relaxes open. The torso closes, the jaw relaxes closed. It starts from the jaw, but then it's just as the body breathes, the jaw moves along with it. Notice you get a really nice breath down into your pelvis, into the pelvic floor. Pelvis opening out to the sides as you breathe in, the jaw opens. It opens to the sides as well. The jaw opens sideways on the in-breath. Pelvis closes laterally on the out-breath. The jaw also closes laterally towards the middle. Breathing in. Whole body, every cell. Notice you can feel every cell opening. In the out-breath, you can feel every cell closing. The arms and legs, breathing. Notice how you get an access to your whole body. You suddenly consciously inhabit your body with the breath. And also notice that in a very subtle way, your whole face has started to breathe. Your whole brain, cranium, and neck have started to breathe. Brings in a whole new level of the breath. It's new for your face, your brain, your cranium, your neck to breathe in this way, and it starts opening those energies so your brain can heal. So the brain cells can heal. Myelinating glial cells, myelin sheath can heal. It all starts to breathe. Being aware of the mouth. Notice how this is kind of a more physical motion. It's not so subtle, and it's a more physical energy, and it connects you more to your abdomen, the bones, the muscles. Bring your awareness to the jaw. It grounds you, it connects you into your lower energies. If you become aware of your tongue, notice you go up a bit of a level. It's more connecting you to the soft tissue, to the organs, to the fascia. Very different quality when you become aware of your tongue. Notice it's a lot bigger than you think. It fills your whole mouth. It's still physical, but it's higher than the jaw. Moving up into the nasal passageways, into the big sinuses, either sides of the nasal passageways, under the cheekbones. Notice this is a whole different energy, more energetic. You've gone up a level, connects to the fluids, connects to the cranial sea in the brain, connects to the energies. You've moved from the physical plane into the heart and lungs and the emotional and energetic fluid body. The face is reflecting the whole body. The face is a holographic reflection of the body. The middle of the face relates to the middle of the body, the heart and lungs. If you move up between the eyes, notice you get this flashing light as you move up into the ethmoid. Between the eyes and into the eyes, notice you get this much brighter, higher light, and this connects to the brain, connects to the intellect, connects to the higher energies. Notice you've gone up a level. It's a holographic, fractile relationship. The top of the face relates to the top of the body, the head, and the higher energies. Notice you can become aware of the jaw. It drops you in the body, the mouth, drops you into a more physical level, and it drops you down in the body, and you can come into the sinuses, either side of the nasal passageways and the nasal passageways and the nose, and it rises you in the body. You come up to your heart, into your lungs, and to the throat. You come up into the eyes, it lifts you up into your head, into your nervous system, into your brain, and the connection to the higher self. So the face has a holographic, fractile relationship with your whole body. And every part of us is the same. The cranium is the same, the brain is the same. They are fractals of the whole. And allowing the eyes, sinuses, nasal passageways, mouth, tongue, all to breathe together so that energies flow in and out of each other. And as they balance and breathe, notice how this opens the crown chakra. When all the hara, the heart, and the intellect come together and balance, it opens into transcendence. The top of the head opens and you connect with the higher self and the beyond. Notice how you can feel as your whole face breathes. You can feel your whole spine breathing and the kundalini opening through your spine. You can feel your whole cranium breathing. And the same is with the cranium. If you feel the lower back of the cranium, notice it has this deep earth energy. And the front of the cranium behind the face is the fire energies, but it's still grounded. And come up higher to the sides of the cranium, opening and closing. These are like the sinuses and the lungs and the heart. And come up into a more energetic, emotional, fluid energy. And then you rise to the top and back, top back of the head and top of the head, and you get this bright light, the higher energies, connection to the higher self. And you let them all run together so they're grounding each other, they're balancing each other, they're feeding each other. The brain, cranium, the whole body. And notice as the face does that, as the cranium does that, the whole body does it at the same time. It's a holographic, fractile relationship through the whole body. You can become aware of the lower body, the pelvis. Connects you to the lower energies, the abdomen, the organs. A lot to do with the tongue. Become aware of the heart and lungs. It's the middle energies of everything. The top of the chest, and the top back, or top of the shoulder blades, and inside face of the shoulder blades. Notice how the top and inside face of the shoulder blades connect you up to the higher energies. It's reflected in the torso. It's reflected in the arms and legs. It's reflected in every cell. Every cell has a hara. Every cell has organs. Every cell has a skin. Every cell has muscles and bones. Every cell has a brain, has fluids. It's holographic nature. And holographic breathing opens that through the whole of you. Your whole face starts to breathe, and it holographically relates to every cell, every part of you. And your connection to the divine energies, which are another holographic relationship on their own level. The higher energies and the divine energies have a lower higher self, a middle higher self, a higher self, and they all work together. The earth, different energies unfolding. The whole universe, holographic, fractile. Notice how it's got this spiral, or the galaxies have this spiral unfolding holographic shape, the same as shells. And breathe gently, doing the holographic breathing. Notice how you breathe through the whole of you, the whole face, your whole brain, the whole of you. Connecting deeply with the divine energies. Connecting deeply with the earth, and breathe. Let it go through your neck. The neck also has these different levels. It's wanting to work through people's necks at the minute. There's this deep, grounded energy in the neck. On another level, the neck is the hara, the face is the heart and lungs, and the brain is the higher self. So the neck is the hara in that relationship. Notice it's deep earth energy in your neck and throat, really grounding your face and brain. Breathe, let your chin drop a bit, let that energy go through your neck. And there's that holographic relation. It's holding in people's legs a bit. Let your legs relax, let your hip joints relax, let your thighs, calves, ankles, knees wants to ground through people's legs. Let your legs relax, breathe and heal. And the same through your arms. Let the shoulders go, top of the arms, the lower arms, the hands. Let that energy, people want to flow out of people. Let it flow down your legs. Notice how legs are connecting to the pelvis, lower abdomen, and this energy connecting through your legs, through your lower back. And there's some energy releasing, a lot of childhood kind of trauma releasing from there. It's like some people are wanting to stamp or something to let the angry child, just let that energy flow through your legs, and whatever the memories are, allow that, whatever the feelings are, allow that through your legs, especially around the back, around the sacrum, allow that to release. And notice as the sacrum releases, you get this release up through the spine, through the brain, and up into the higher self. The top of the sacrum relates to the higher energies. It all fits together with different levels, different energies, and each part of you is a reflection of the whole. It's fractile, holographic relationships, holographic breathing. Activate your holographic reality. Breathe. It's really working into different people's organs. Let your organs start to be able to feel. The next movement forwards for mankind, or a leap for everyone, is to start being able to be aware of your organs. And it's kind of clearing through the solar plexus, through the stomach, through the spleen at the minute. Just notice that releasing in your solar plexus. And people are wanting to ground, and you can do that. Just notice you can feel your digestion. Slow your breath down, and it's like you can feel every cell, and you can feel your intestinal tract. You can feel the small intestines, you can feel the large intestines. And there's a whole new reality there. There's another matrix opening of all of the different organs. It's like a new paradigm. And breathe. Just allowing that. It's like people's energy to really want to settle down into their organs, into the digestion. And you're feeling the lungs and heart in a new way. Rather than feeling the breath, you can feel the cells. You can feel the cells in the lungs and heart. You feel them in a different way. You start becoming aware of yourself in a whole new way. And notice you can sense your brain. You might have to sit back behind yourself. You become aware of your own brain. You become aware of your organs in a whole new way. And they're all part of this unfolding new consciousness of this whole fractile relationship where everybody is reflections of each other. We've all got the same organs. We've all got the same framework. We've all got the same modality. We've all got the same matrix. So holographic breathing starts an interplay. You're still yourself, but you get a deeper connection because you're like fractile relationships with everyone around you, and nature, and animals, and the earth. And it's really wanting to get into people's digestion at the minute, really, where it's become closed, and just allowing your awareness to deeply sink into digestion. Kind of the middle of the digestion at the minute, but you may also feel it starting to drop into your genitalia, and your rectum. So it's moving down, and you can feel your ovaries, you can feel your testes, you can feel your uterus and prostate in a new way. And the whole perineum. And let your perineum, this is people's uterus and prostate and perineum. A lot of prostate problems, a lot of uterus problems, just allowing, notice you can drop into that area, and this is kind of has a heart, warm, red energy to it. A lot of unfinished orgasms going on there. Allow that kind of orgasmic sense of the uterus and prostate. Too much emphasis is put on the vagina and penis. A lot of the orgasm, uterus and prostate, ovaries and testes. You may be hearing some tapping noises. It's the rain on the roof here. And breathe. Yeah, definitely into the perineum. Definitely for the men. This will heal your prostate if you can allow that bright, red, warm energy just to release from your prostate. And it has an orgasmic quality, and the same for women and their uterus. It's a different quality of orgasm to the penis and vagina. It relates to the heart. Let that go through your neck and through your brain. That just releasing and releasing. This may be a global thing, because that whole area has been so controlled and so judged, and everyone's given an image of how that area should be, just allowing that to release. And it can be kind of orgasmic, and it rises up through you and through the brain. Keep letting that release. We're doing prostate and uterus and perineum healing. Allow yourself to be natural. Allow yourself to be sexual. Allow yourself to be loving. Allow that to be orgasmic. Allow that to rise up through you and through your brain, connecting to the higher self, divine energies. Keep letting that release. And as that built up tension keeps releasing, starts healing the whole pelvis. The whole pelvis starts to be able to relax. And breathe. And that's also affecting people's hearts. Breathe. Let your neck be relaxed. Let the energy go through your neck. And remember to keep with the holographic breathing. And breathe. And breathe. And the top of your brain, let it go through the top of your brain. Let it connect to the beyond, to the higher self. Beyond the beyond. So you are not just the small you are the higher self. The same way as the arm is part of you, you are part of the higher self, and the higher self is part of you. This sitting into our intellect and ego sets us separate, but you sit back You allow the energy to go through your brain, the top of your brain. You allow yourself to source the higher self, a higher fractile nature, higher holographic nature of the higher self and the divine realms. It's another reflection, like putting a key in a lock, and you allow the higher holographic nature of the higher self and the beyond connect with your holographic nature. It's like putting a key in a lock, and you start receiving that healing from the higher self, and the higher self starts receiving the energy for you and from you, and the kundalini from you, and that uterus, prostate, perineum releases up through you. That becomes food for the higher self, and the higher self comes down and blesses you in return. And breathe. And just letting your body recognize that. It's no longer a case of healing, it's a case of becoming whole, but not the little you whole, the whole universe you whole, and the you and the higher self together as one matrix, one being, no longer seated in the intellect, the ego, being part of a higher cosmic, spiritual earth reality and matrix, holographic, fractile relationships. And people's spines, as people get used to that new reality, people's spines are starting to adjust, and allow them. That's your mind breaking up. That's the mind letting go, and then all the vertebrae start adjusting. All the vertebrae start healing. You're viewing from a new place. You become a viewer rather than a person or a being or something. You're viewing your reality, and you're part of the higher self, and you're part of the bigger consciousness. Letting your spine, to let your spine release, you have to let go of your reality. For your spine, for the kundalini in your spine to unfold, you have to let go of your independence. You have to let go of your whole reality. The mind just starts unfolding and turning, this wheel, turning and turning. And rather than capturing you, you just watch this wheel of Dharma rolling forwards. Become part of the beyond. Become part of the evolutionary matrix, and breathe, letting your pelvis relax, letting your legs relax, letting the hands and feet relax, and breathe. So just gently being with that. Letting everything ground, letting everything settle. And breathe. And sending a thank you to the earth. A thank you to the higher self and the beneficial energies. And a thank you to yourself. Letting the energies go off for love and healing to the earth, for love and healing to the higher self and the beneficial energies, and allowing yourself to be loved and healed. And breathe. Letting your energies go out for love and healing to all sentient beings. And you are a sentient being, allowing yourself to be loved and healed, and that you are whole, that you are part of the universe, you are part of the plan. It hasn't gone wrong. You are perfect part of the matrix and plan. It's not something you have to fix. You don't have to fix your life. You don't have to fix you. You are perfect part of the whole jigsaw puzzle, or part of the whole, and reflected as the whole. And breathe. And when you feel ready, gently allow yourself to come back. Next Sunday we've got the practitioner training. If anyone wants to train as a practitioner, you can come along. You'll get a newsletter in a couple of days with the recordings of this, so you can do this. I will be setting up some new series now. We're just coming to, well, we just come to the end of the other main series. You can buy this, they're all recorded, you can buy the different recordings, and we will be continuing on. This will be going out on YouTube. You'll get a YouTube link for this. Do like it, share it, subscribe, and let everyone know about it. If you've enjoyed this webinar, your homework is to run around the streets screaming, "Do holographic breathing, everyone!" I've been doing that for 20 years. No one listens. It's like you don't exist. I think that's about it. It's been short and sweet tonight. This will open up in new ways every time you do it. So it's really good to view the recordings. I've got hundreds of other kind of webinar recordings on YouTube. You can have different healing meditations every night. Join the healing holographic revolution at the beginning, so you can tell your grandchildren, "I was there in the beginning. I saw him." Come to the advanced webinars, enjoy the advanced webinars. You have to give something back for that. You have to pay for those. They're not expensive, but it's only right to give something back for all the work I've done in promoting this and letting people know about this. And that is much more kind of like a family. People know each other. They're more in depth, very powerful healing journey there.